Alright, what is going on, guys? Chris Nick here, and if you guys watched last video, you know that my life is currently a little bit of a disaster, but that's okay, because we have a plan for the JZX90, which I'm going to release to you guys soon, and also you guys saw that we found some metal in the LS3 car. Now, it isn't as major as we were anticipating, so that's very good news, and you guys will find that out soon, but when I was actually at LZ's compound, Cousin Matt, he made a video for you guys working on his truck. If you guys remember, he bought a truck for $1,000, and Dan, me, and Cousin Matt want to make 1,000 horsepower with that truck, and it's been a little bit on the back burner. We've been reaching out to amazing companies, and so many companies have actually sent us out their products so we can actually work together and stuff like that. And now things are starting to come in, which means now we can actually start working on it. So Cousin Matt actually made this video for you guys. He edited it too, but it was really long, so I actually re-edited it. I kind of feel like Filmer Matt, you know, because sometimes I would edit him a video, and then he would be like, yo, you gotta change this, 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 and this, and this, and I'm like, oh. So I actually felt like Filmer Matt for today, but I'm gonna hand off the camera to Cousin Matt. It was his birthday yesterday, so if you guys want to go down in the comment section below, wish Cousin Matt a happy birthday. He didn't even have to make this video, but he wanted to help out the channel. He wanted to show you guys the progression of the build and everything. So with that being said, enjoy the video. Him and Dan got a lot of work done to the truck, and that means this week we can actually start moving forward on the 1,000 horsepower F-150 build. Take it away, Cousin Matt. It's your time to shine.
All right, guys, welcome back. Cousin Matt here, and we got Dan in the background over there.
It's 3:37 p.m. He just got out.
Yeah, right. Today we're back to working on the truck. Hopefully gonna put it back on the ground today. That's the goal. It's like actually 9 o'clock, something like that. I got a bunch of parts in the focus back there, which I want Dan to take a look at, and then start getting to work on this. We'll get into it. All right, Dan, there we go. There's everything.
Did you tell them what motor?
No, we haven't got into that yet, but it's obviously getting some goodies. So we'll get more into this in a future video.
Since it is 9 o'clock, and this is probably only going to take 2 hours.
Okay, that's optimistic.
We go to the machine shop?
We can. Is he around?
I can find out.
I didn't get any before video of the truck, but here are a few pictures of it at stock height. All right, guys. Big shout out to DJM. They sent us the lowering kit for this. We've already got the front drop knuckles or drop I-beams installed. We had an issue with the springs last time, back down here on the floor. The previous owner bought new springs for it. Unfortunately, when I brought them down to the shop from my house, I threw away the box, so I don't even have the part number for them. But I'd assumed they're for a different truck or a four-wheel drive truck or something, because they didn't fit at all. And we were having issues putting them in the spring buckets up here. So Dan took the old springs, sandblasted them, and painted them.
With the Eastwood paint. Shout
yes.
out to Eastwood.
So actually, let me get that and show you guys real quick.
Take one.
So I reached out to Eastwood. Eastwood has a bunch of paint for frames and stuff like that. And so I just picked out what I wanted. So I went with the spray instead of the brush on. But I asked for internal frame coating, which was a mistake because I forgot this. I was thinking at the time, just because I'm used to my newer F-150, which has a box frame. This has a C-channel, so we won't even need this, but I'm thinking we might use this on Chris's dually before the winter comes. Might as well, since we have it. And then they sent us their Extreme Chassis Black. Bunch of cans of all these, which we've been using these to paint all the parts that Dan's been sandblasting. And then eventually, because it's spray, we will spray the frame, but we don't want to do it with all these beautiful cars next to us. And then they gave us some pre-painting prep. So big shout out to Eastwood for this. They also hooked us up with some powder coating stuff we'll get into in the future. We're just not ready to powder coat anything yet, but they sent us an oven as well as a powder coating gun for like your basic beginner setup. And we're gonna be stoked to test that out. Hopefully we can do some engine parts from this when we start tearing that apart, which hopefully will be shortly. Big shout out to Eastwood. Thank you to Eastwood for this. Check them out in the video description. So the shackle mounts here, the way the truck's designed, when you hit this bolt, the head of it hits the frame. So we pull off the whole mount, put new shackles in, and then since the leaf springs, we weren't gonna fully take them out, but since they're already out, we're gonna do the little Eastwood special on them and get these painted up with the Eastwood paint. Little update here. We got the springs installed, the spring retainer. These are double nuts, so the second nut's on there. And then DJM with their kit, they also sent us out shocks for all four corners. So the 1415s are for the front. So I got this old junky one out, and then we're gonna get that one installed right here. So we have our DJM shock for the front. It came with two different size sleeves for the bushing right here. So we have this one, the larger one, just for our bolt that came out. And then obviously, like any other shock, you have your bushings for the top. So let's get this all put together and installed. Hey, I got a question for you before you take off. Do you know what this is for? I've never seen it come with a shock before. So it came with 2 different sleeve bushings for the bottom. So I put the right one in. But I have no idea what that is.
I'm not smart enough for that either. This looks like the piece that sometimes you get the bushing.
Oh, yeah.
Two bolts.
Like old Mustang.
A lot of things came like that. So this is probably just optional.
Yeah, absolutely.
Unless
Right.
they didn't want to run those and they wanted to just put that, but...
No, you're right. This would go here for a different style truck mount. It's
Yeah.
a universal shock. More you know.
That's it. That's it. I call it brother TV too.
Oh, what a guy. Well, if you go get lunch, I packed myself a sandwich since I knew I was going to be here all day. So I'm going to take a lunch break myself. We get those around here.
I'll be back probably like half hour, 40 minutes. I'm going to go pet my pigs, get some food.
I think this is what Chris feels like every day, just sitting there, eating lunch alone. All these cool cars, though, really here to keep him company. I don't know. I knew I was going to be here all day, so I picked up a sandwich from the local deli near my house. Italian combo with the chicken cutlet on it. Can't beat that. Shout out to all these companies behind us. Work Turbos, DJM Suspension, Tech. We haven't even gotten to all that stuff yet. Can't wait. Huge shout out to Tire Streets, ARP. We didn't even talk about this yet. They hooked us up with all the bolts for the motor we're building for the truck, which we didn't even get into that yet. Who else behind me? Rough Country. We did Cody's truck with that. Prime lights for the shop. And then over there we got a bunch. Limiter Gloves, Low Dollar Motorsports, Serial 9 did all the JZX stuff. Import Works hooks Chris up all the time with some, what do you call that stuff? Detailing stuff for his cars. Wildfire Lift behind me. Shout out to them. Got to give everybody love. And then we got a bunch of new companies working with us. I guess I'll spill the beans on who we're working with, but I won't get into it on what we're doing yet until we go to the engine shop. We got Wiseco for pistons. Eagle Rods hooked us up with the rotating assembly. Edelbrock, which owns Comp Cams, so Edelbrock and Comp Cams. We got stuff from them. We got a lot of people supporting us. Oh, getting a phone call. Dang, I really do feel like Chris now. Anyway, sometimes you gotta take some time to reflect on everything, on life, on choices that you made. So the loneliness is kind of nice. But I guess hopefully by the end of the day in this video, don't hold me to it because who knows what could happen. Like to have this thing on the ground and me and Dan go for a little test drive up and down the street here. He took the leaf springs to his shop, so and he's getting lunch right now. Got the bushings out of the leaf springs because we tried on the press, we just couldn't get them. So I don't even know what he did, but you know, he works his magic. So now we can get the whole rear end slap together. I'm still working on the front end, putting in the shocks. Got to put on the hub assemblies. We're putting the 8.8 back in it right now. This truck has the speed sensor in the 8.8. I'm not sure if you need the speed sensor for the trans to shift, but eventually we're going to change it all up. But we do plan on putting a 9-inch in. Dan has a 9-inch from, I want to say like a 70s F-150. Perches on the axle are the same length or distance apart. So the DJM kit should bolt right up to it and that should work. We're going to do that later. We want to do like a disc brake conversion kit on it and all that stuff first. Ideally, that's the plan. So we're just putting the 8.8 in back in it to get it back to a running driving truck so we can get it off the lift and get Chris's other projects back in here. But yeah, that's the plan. Yes, 8.8s are stout, but they have C-clips, and then we could do C-clip eliminators, but at that point, Dan had a 9-inch just sitting around, which I believe has 355s or 373s in it, and I think it's posi already, and this is just an open diff, so that'll be cool. But who knows what we'll do with it. Time will tell. And then hopefully, we got all the stuff for the motor build, and then hopefully we'll be putting that together soon. So I'm just gonna keep eating this and then working on that. And we'll see where we get. Since we pulled these out, we might as well clean them up. So I hit these with the wire wheel real quick. We're gonna hit them with the Eastwood chassis black, just to spruce them up a bit. Not going crazy. Obviously, we want to go crazy. We could have sandblasted them. We went like that, but at least might as well just make them look half decent. All right, let me go wire wheel the other one, and we'll get that out here as well. Okay, I've tossed both knuckles or spindles, whatever you want to call them in. Now, a while ago, I put in new ball joints, top and bottom in these. Everything still needs to be torqued to spec, which we'll do later. I just kind of like to put everything together loose and then torque it when everything's in its spot. The previous owner also gave me all new steering components, so we're gonna replace all that as well. So this should be like a whole new truck. I got the rear end all cleaned up, diff cover all cleaned up, just dumped the fluid in it. Why not while it's open? And then I'm gonna put the RTV and let it set up. Now, if you guys know anything, it's a commodity or a luxury to come to the Chrysler Miata shop here and find any disposable stuff. I mean, brake clean is normally in stock here, like 1 can, but brake fluid, coolant, oil, I mean, it doesn't keep anything on the shelf, so just pick it up the day of. Sometimes there's some stuff in there, but Dan's like, oh, I'll get you my RTV. I didn't know this guy was a man of class. The right stuff. If you don't know anything, this is the good stuff that dries quick. So we're going to seal up that diff with this. Although I did see Chris has a little bit of a used thing. Although the worst thing about these is they always get like holes or cracks in them and then it oozes out the side. Anyways, I'm gonna put some of that on there, get that cover back on, and then hopefully when Dan gets back from lunch, we got the brackets over there. The leaf springs are outside drying still, and we can put this rear end together. I do have brand new DJM socks for the rear as well, and we'll get going on this flip kit. Look at this right here. That's professional work at its best, Dan. You really outdid yourself. I do want to say Dan told me to order the dust shields and I completely forgot. So that's on me.
Get a good view of that.
It's
He said they'll be all right.
weight reduction. That's all right. Little peekaboo. Never hurt nobody. But all right, now we're going to put the leaf springs on, get the rear end slapped up there, and do the flip kit.
Did you say why we're using that rear end again? The stuff for the 9-inch? Yeah. So we are going to use a 9-inch. I saw someone ask him why we use a 9-inch, and it's because C-clips. Those are actually held in my C-clips. 9-inch is like and it's not a full floater, it's like a semi-floater, so bearings are on the outside. But we couldn't get the parts, so we're gonna put that back in so we can go do some one-legger burnouts of this thing right now.
Dude, hopefully me and you'll be cruising off into the sunset tonight.
Hopefully. We're gonna find out.
All right, let's get to it.
Go when you're home. Seems to be how today's going.
All right, send her home.
Come on down. We're gonna fix your mistake right now.
Oh, okay. All right, dude, I'm used to getting it blamed on me. I'm married, you know? It's all my fault. A little dilemma here. Forgot about the exhaust, but it's getting a turbo, so it's getting a new exhaust anyway, so who cares if it's a little bit short for now. Don't forget about the exposed gas lines.
Not the most crooked cut I've done today, but we're close.
Now we can get that shackle right up there. A little update. Got the rear end up. Got the new shackles. And the brackets back in there. Axles flipped. Dan's working on the front, tightening everything.
Hopefully I get all of them.
And then this is the steering rods, and the previous owner gave me new ones with the truck, so no better time than now to throw them in. So I got those in there loosely. I got to tighten them up. Obviously this truck's going to need alignment before any of this, even with the I-beam stuff it will. So now I'm just going to go through and tighten everything and start putting it back together. All right, guys, we got everything finally done. 8.8's back in, axles flipped. We got the DJM struts in the rear. We did delete the front gas tank on this because it was seeping from the top because it was so rusty, and the rear's still in it. It's a 2-tank truck. We're gonna end up putting a fuel cell in it later on. All new shackles, the new mounts up here, the whole front end's together now, as you can see. Brakes are back on it. All the steering links are together. Oh, I gotta tighten these. I keep forgetting. And then it's time for wheels. See what it looks like.
Let it rip.
All right, guys. Me and Dan finally finished the whole lowering kit. Big shout out to DJM. Also, big thank you to Eastwood for all the paint products that we've been using to clean everything up with. Finally gonna lower this thing down and see what it looks like. All right, we're back for another night. Dan and I worked till like 5 p.m. on this on Sunday, and then I had to go. The fuel lines were leaking. Dan came back on his own time, which I appreciate. Fixed the fuel lines, so we deleted the front tank. Now we're gonna pull it out, and its maiden voyage is going to go to the machine shop. Get our short block started. Yes, there's camber issues in the front.
We're gonna fix that tonight. Don't worry about
I have the alignment things, but we figure why not load the bed of the truck up with the parts and take it. So.
And we only got to go one street.
Yeah.
What could go wrong?
Yeah. Well, don't start there, or else we'll be walking back for the tow truck.
I got a tow truck. What could go wrong?
All right, let's hit the road.
Action.
As you can see, the truck's behind me. I think it looks great. This is the first time we've pulled it out since we did it on Sunday. The lower end, when we hit the bump coming out of the shop, the front wheel straightened out a bunch, or the camper, right?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Fixed itself.
Yeah, I still have the alignment pins.
We'll put them in just in case.
Yeah, but it looks good. I'm just bummed that I don't have a set of wheels for it. But that's on the list of things to do. Some good, like, you know, like the old school, I think they're called smoothie wheels.
Just the flat ones on the S10s? There's no holes in them?
Yeah. No, it's like the whole thing's just like a dish, or sometimes they have moons in the center.
Yeah.
I think some of those will look real good on this. Give that old school look, although it's kind of new school, but yeah. All right, I'll get some B-roll and then we'll get at 'em. All right, guys, so we're driving to the machine shop. Truck drives good, definitely needs an alignment. I mean, that's kind of obvious when you do this kind of stuff. Have to get that going. I have all the springs and old shocks in the bed. Oh, giving away everything, all the goodies. You just hear that rattling around, but now we're going to Cam's Performance with a K, and yeah, we'll get into it there. That's it for the maiden voyage. All right, guys, here she is, all lowered. Big shout out to DJM Suspension. Check them out. They make plenty of lowering kits for a bunch of trucks. They've been doing it for 30 years. Big thank you to Eastwood for the paint. And then, like I said, we have powder coating stuff we're going to get into. Check out Eastwood. Both links will be in the description. Eastwood makes everything for DIY hot rodders or DIY car guys, whatever. We're going to end it here. If I can leave you with anything, I'll leave it with this. Get out there and build cool shit with your friends, because make some memories, you know?